glad to have you with us from Bloomington, Indiana, Memorial Stadium. It is week 8 of the EA Sports College football season, and the games are getting more intense. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Indiana Hoosiers. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Guys, checking in with the Wolverines head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Wolverines will kick off first, and here we go. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Beebe. That hole closed quickly. A pickup of 1 to the 15.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman. Like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all.
And he's got room. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And obviously, huge shoes to fill if you're Indiana's offense this season, having to replace a Heisman Trophy winner in Fernando Mendoza, David. And it's not going to be easy. And obviously, you go to the portal and you try to bring the next guy in. But honestly, when you look at Indiana's quarterback play, it goes even beyond Fernando Mendoza to Curtis Rourke the year before that. They have been so consistent at this position as of late.
Yeah, and I think with Indiana proving who they are now as a program, like if you come here as a quarterback, you're going to have success. You're going to take a leap, a Fernando Mendoza type leap, right? Like where he was a good player, he became a great player. So people are going to continue to line up to play in a smart, efficient offense where you're going to have a lot of success. And how about that, guys? Like, make no bones about it. Bring in the big bodies, goal line personnel. Like, we're going to pound you right between the eyeballs. Sometimes people get aggressive on 2nd and short and take shots. This offense said, nah, we want to get the first down, and we want to get it now.
To the air, it's Hoover. He's going to take off. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off. He gets a positive gain.
All down, Liddell moves the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
The Hoosiers will have it 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They'll run it. It's Beebe. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown,
luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he made the extra point without problem. And he doesn't field it. And now the ball is knocked free. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Creates a little room. Turning it on. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. This guy fits the bill, big, sturdy Michigan pocket passer.
And it's built on the ground, but I tell you what, when Michigan's had their best teams, they got to have that balance, right? You got to have a guy back there in the pocket that can go through the fake and then make the decision, get the ball out, and get some first downs.
Grabs the screen around all kinds of defenders. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Complete. Hard-nosed, determined effort to work his way up to the 35-yard line.
During the week, you got to talk to a quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
It'll be 3rd and long. Underwood. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speeds.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Escapes the pressure to his right. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. Here's the handoff. Could be an alley. Got enough space. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. And he'll lose yardage on that return. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. takes the handoff. It's Marshall. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now facing a 3rd and long. Throwing, Underwood. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete. Offense staying on the field, they'll hurry up on 4th down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. And the Wolverines send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin them deep. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Beebe. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll go right back to it. Got a little grass. Inside the 10. All the way. Touchdown, Indiana. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
I'll tell you what, Palmer, offensive coordinators, they script these things, right? And they get with you, and what do you like? What do you want to run? So far, the script is perfect. Like, everything going off as they want it to. This is about as good a start for an offense as you can draw up.
And it's crazy, David, because when you have skilled players like they have on offense and guys that are so dangerous with the football in their hands, you almost feel as a play caller like anything I dial up is going to work. And you're seeing that early in this game. Balance, throwing, a beautiful run right there, everything working right now and going according to plan.
They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Here's Underwood to throw. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Wide receiver going in motion. He'll try the left side. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Wolverines in the hurry-up. They go play action. Bryce Underwood. The throw. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And you don't see this very often, the big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer? When it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception.
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air. I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight.
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
And that last run is just a nice job seeing the hole, exploding through it. He has had a heck of a night. Now with that carry, over 100 yards on the game. That's the mark you really want to hit as a running back, and he's got that here tonight.
Here's a little room there, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, he's open. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. And the Wolverines looking to convert on 4th down. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on 4th down. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. He's out past the 35. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Immediately fires to the middle. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
To throw, it's Underwood. Pressure coming. Gets it to him on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Underwood rushes on him. Got his man on the right. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk.
Snags it, and there's running room. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
Throwing, Underwood. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. To the air, it's Underwood. Firing to the right, complete.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. And wings it incomplete.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Again, it's Underwood. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Outstanding tackle to keep him from getting the first down, and they'll get it back.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. It's Beebe. Can't get him to the ground. Makes it past the marker. Off to the races to the right. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
I'll tell you, it's nice as a play caller when you know you don't have to call the perfect play. Even if it's not blocked properly, you know you've got guys like him who can make people miss.
And this whole offense gets energy from this guy because they love him, because he does that. He does the dirty work. Even if it's not blocked great, he'll make people miss, and he'll make huge plays for this offense.
They'll ride the hot hand.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Going to the run, it's Martin. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. It'll be 3rd and long. Might be changing the route.
Here we go. Ready. 129.
They'll run play action. And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Trying to get it to the marker. There's a crease. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Hoosiers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
They made offense, defense, special teams. They are showing it all early in this football game. We're still in the first half. We got a 5-touchdown lead. Everything going right except for us, guys, because now we're going to have to figure something to talk about because this one isn't over, but it's close to almost at the half.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Finding open areas. There he goes. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
And how about the big play by the backup running back? Hey, listen, I don't get the ball much. I don't get to prove myself much. You know how you get more carries? You prove it when you do get it. And that is a big-time play. First touch, shows off the speed. He shows, hey, I can be this guy too. I need some more touches.
They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. They'll go to the ground. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44.
Ready. Bender. Mustang. Move it.
Here's Underwood to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. But, guys, they're not sending the punt team out there. They're going to go for it. This is a huge risk, and, man, if it backfires, they're in trouble.
Icy. Ninja. Win. Four.
4th down, Underwood. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Gets open down the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up 3rd down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. The quick out. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Bridge. Stack.
Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Got it. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Finding some room. Out of bounds, stop just short of the 20 at the 19, and now they feel like they have room to operate.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's Cherry. Here's the pressure. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
And with time running out here in the 1st half, this offense will choose to take a knee. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. Let's open things up with Coastal Carolina taking on the number 20 team, the Vanderbilt Commodores.
The Hoosiers will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Comes the Michigan offense. Nothing went right in that 1st half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be... Breaks into the open. Picks up the 1st down. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
Man, that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Maybe some room here. And he to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolverines. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Lining up to add another. They get the extra point on the board, but they're still down 35-7. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown.
Number 22, set to kick off.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking downfield, it's Cherry. He's going for a big play downfield. Goes high to pull it in. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. He lets one fly deep. Makes the grab at the 10. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And they did tack on the extra point. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Almost had them picked there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Underwood plucks it out of the air. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
Man, I don't always give credit to quarterbacks, but what an unbelievable job, man. Like, not great protection. He sees the blitz, understands he's about to get hit, but still delivers the strike on 3rd down and moves the chains. Unbelievable job by the QB.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Turning it on. Gets away from one, finds some space. Offense on the move. A big play there, gets it to the 30.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
Throwing, Underwood, using the quick game. Tripped up for the tackle.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
And after that last completion, netted a big fat 0. They're looking at 2nd and 10. Bryce Underwood to the air again. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at him.
Makes the grab and room to run. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The Wolverines, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Again, it's Underwood. Fires to the tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
Quarterback keeps it. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's perfect. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Off and running. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Indiana. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Well, we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Here we go. Kill. 528, 390, Twilight. Go.
Give to the big fullback. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's Underwood to throw. Got his man on the right. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Hand off to the fullback. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
On the play. Second down.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Wide open downfield. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just barely picked up a yard, but that last completion, it's 2nd and 9. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Underwood hauls it in, runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
And that's this guy's 3rd catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
Bryce Underwood to the air again. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play.
Touchdown, Michigan! The offense cashing it in on that drive. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Trying to keep this drive alive. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short?
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Throwing, Underwood. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Still 3rd down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Here's Underwood to throw. Fires to the middle. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Beebe. Powers through the defender. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in 1st downs. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice 3rd down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it 3rd and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory, because so far this season, they've really struggled.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like, they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Right back to him on the ground. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.